There is a certain kind of movie magic that lingers in the air, years after the credits roll, when a film manages to capture the collective hearts of audiences across the globe. And few movies in recent memory have ignited the kind of enduring, tear-jerking, and heartwarming fascination as Pixar's Up. Who can forget the iconic image of Carl Fredricksen's house afloat on a sea of vibrant balloons, an animated adventure that swept us high above the clouds and deep into a story humming with joy, loss, and unexpected friendship? But as the years have drifted by since the film's 2009 premiere, have you ever wondered what became of the voices behind those unforgettable characters? Get ready for a trip through time because today, we're unraveling the story of the Up main cast, then versus now, the transformations, the legacy, and a hint of the real-life adventures that paralleled the animated ones on screen. Our journey begins with the curmudgeonly yet lovable Carl Fredricksen, voiced by none other than Ed Asner. When Up first hit theaters, Ed Asner was already a Hollywood heavyweight. His gruff, commanding presence in full force, audiences everywhere marveled at how he brought the animated widower to life with just the right mix of crankiness and hidden warmth. So, what happened to the man behind the square glasses and mustache after that magical balloon flight? In those days, Ed Asner already had decades of experience under his belt, but Up introduced him to a new generation, solidifying his place as one of animation's most beloved voices. Audiences old and new found themselves rooting for Carl's adventure, and Ed Asner added another layer of depth to his legacy, becoming not just an on-screen icon, but a part of countless childhoods. But time has its own story to tell. In the years since, Asner remained busy, lending his unmistakable voice to new projects and appearing in television and film, continually enchanting audiences. His gruff yet endearing portrayal of Carl became an enduring symbol of love's power and the courage to embark on new adventures, no matter your age. While the years have gently nudged the actor and his characters forward, his contribution to Up remains immortal, a touchstone that fans return to for comfort, nostalgia, and inspiration. And who could forget the irrepressible Russell, the ever-optimistic, aesthetically adorable, and utterly determined young wilderness explorer who won over a reluctant Carl and the world with his earnest spirit. Voiced by Jordan Nagai, Russell's heartfelt performance made audiences laugh, cry, and believe that badges, whether for assisting the elderly or facing life's wild, untamed jungles, matter deeply. Jordan Nagai was just a young newcomer when he stepped into the recording booth, his authenticity capturing the innocence and excitement that defined Russell's journey. At that moment, he became a voice for hope, curiosity, and the timeless wonder that only a child's imagination can summon. In the years since his star turn as Russell, the world watched in fascination as Jordan Nagai transitioned from child star to a quieter life away from the spotlight. While the passage of time means we see less of him in the public eye, Russell's legacy lives on an animated emblem of boundless enthusiasm and unbreakable optimism. For many, Jordan will always be that young explorer, inspiring us all to reach out, try new things, and maybe just earn a badge or two of our own, whether real or metaphorical. The tender heart of Up is shaped by the wistful, poignant presence of Ellie, Carl's beloved wife and adventure partner. Voiced with warmth and sincerity by Elie Docter, Ellie's scenes manage to span a lifetime in just a few minutes and leave a seismic impact on everyone who watches. Elie Docter's gentle, youthful tones imbued Ellie with a vivacity and charm that made us all believe in soulmates, dreams, and memory. Though her role was brief, the echo of Ellie's spirit resounds through every frame of Up, just as Ellie's sensitive portrayal left a lasting mark. As time has marched on, the figure of Ellie and the actress who helped bring her to life remains shrouded in a kind of reverent nostalgia. Her place in the Up universe persists as Carl's inspiration and North Star, and Elie Docter's voice is forever tied to one of Pixar's most memorable moving characters. But what's a journey without a little comic relief and a dash of chaos? Enter Dug, the talking dog man's best friend, squirrel enthusiast, and the embodiment of contagious joy. Voiced by Pixar director Bob Peterson, Dug's hilariously sincere one-liners, "I have just met you," and "I love you," quickly became catchphrases adopted around the world. Back then, Bob Peterson was already a force at Pixar, not just as a voice actor, but as a creative powerhouse behind many of its most beloved stories. And that spirit of playfulness hasn't dimmed over time. Peterson's work on Up was more than just a voice cameo. It was an extension of the same gleeful inventiveness that made Pixar what it is today. Dug's legacy as the world's favorite animated canine lives on in plush toys, memes, and, of course, the memories of anyone who has ever laughed or barked along with his outbursts. But let's not forget the antagonist. Every great adventure needs a world-class villain, and Up delivered one in the formidable shape of Charles Muntz, the explorer-turned-obsessive hunter, voiced to chilling perfection by Plummer. Plummer's smooth, calculated performance was the anchor for Muntz's complicated menace, equal parts dashing and deranged. He was, in many ways, the mirror to Carl, proof that even the grandest adventures can be derailed by obsession. When Up premiered, Plummer's unmistakable gravitas was the talk of the town, and his foray into animation only deepened the character's impact. In the years since, the legacy of Plummer's Muntz stands as a testament to his remarkable versatility, bringing adult themes of longing and rivalry into a story for all ages. So where does that leave the rest of the cast? The supporting voices who colored in the world of Up and provided the crowd of wilderness explorers, zany animals, and neighbors who filled out Carl's life before, during, and after his sky-high odyssey. While the core cast took center stage, these voices remain part of the film's indelible legacy, a chorus of personalities that helped to make Up feel lived in, authentic, and deeply relatable. As we compare then and now, the most striking transformation isn't in physical appearances or shifts in careers, but in the way these characters and the voices behind them have become woven into our cultural DNA. Up occupies a unique place in the Pixar pantheon. It's not just a story of loss and discovery, but an ongoing adventure that lives in the hearts of those who return to it again and again. The main cast, from Asner's Carl to Nagai's Russell, from Docter's Ellie to Peterson's Dug, and the imposing Plummer as Muntz, couldn't have anticipated that their performances would live on as motivational memes, emotional comfort, and beloved inspiration for new generations of fans. Let's be real, few animated films inspire this level of obsession. But the secret of Up isn't just in its clever writing or breathtaking visuals, it's in the humanity beaming from its voice cast. Ed Asner's Carl, with every grumble and softening glance, teaches us that adventure can begin at any age, and that love lingers beyond a lifetime. Jordan Nagai's Russell embodies the purity and persistence we all secretly wish we hadn't outgrown. Elie Docter's Ellie reminds us that the smallest moments, shared dreams, handwritten journals sometimes matter the most. Bob Peterson's Dug is that joyful friend who finds something to love in everyone and every moment. And Plummer's Muntz challenges us to look at ambition, rivalry, and wonder in new and sometimes difficult ways. Over time, the lines between character and actor get blurry. Fans have taken to honoring Ed Asner's wisdom not just as a performer, but as Carl himself, an eternal friend, sage, and adventurer. Jordan Nagai, for his part, remains the face, if not the enduring voice of Russell, whenever fans debate the cutest sidekick in animated history. And whenever someone shoves aside a squirrel joke or wears a Spirit of Adventure pin, you can bet Bob Peterson's voice is echoing somewhere in the background. The passage of years has only made their performances more meaningful. For audiences who grew up with Up, revisiting the film now feels like opening a time capsule. Jordan Nagai's youthful performance radiates nostalgia, while Ed Asner's turn as Carl tugs even harder at the heartstrings. Plummer's commanding presence, meanwhile, is now viewed with an even deeper appreciation, knowing the full sweep of his storied career. And what about the ripple effects, the cast's collective impact outside the world of Up? Carl's image floats in school assemblies, Russell's badges appear on backpacks, and Dug's dialogue makes surprise appearances in conversation and pop culture. Even the rare cameo voices and supporting wilderness explorers enjoy cult status among diehard fans, proving that Up wasn't just a movie but a shared cultural moment. a collective adventure that still has audiences soaring. So, as you watch or rewatch Up, reflecting on Carl, Russell, Elie, Dug, and Muntz, consider how their journeys mirror our own. Growing up and growing older, loving and letting go, chasing adventure, even when the path is unclear, the magic is in the transition, both on-screen and off. The main cast has traveled their own winding roads, and though life has changed, their performances remain pristine, ageless, and ever meaningful to old and new viewers alike. Now, we've flown high with the Up main cast, from their debut to their current place in our hearts. But the adventure doesn't end here. We want to know, which character's journey still moves you the most? Did Ed Asner's Carl feel like family? Did Jordan Nagai's Russell remind you to be brave? Which moment from Up never fails to get a tear or spark a smile? Share your stories in the comments below. Let's keep this celebration of imagination and heart going. And don't forget subscribe to our channel for more behind-the-scenes stories, cast reunions, and jaw-dropping then versus, now reveals from your favorite movies. We've got even more animation legends and Hollywood icons coming your way, so stay tuned for more dazzling takes and deep dives. Until next time, keep chasing those adventures one balloon at a time.